What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Well, I hate to say it, but I think the Democrats, for once, were actually right about something. Elon Musk is a piece of garbage. That's what we're going to talk about today. Stay tuned. This is going to be fun. All right, so I'm sure everybody's been hearing about this whole little feud that's been going on with Trump and Elon Musk. And so I don't need to go into a whole lot of details. Excuse me. But Elon went and said that he thinks that Trump's name is on the Epstein list. So that's why it hasn't been released. And that's kind of, I don't know, you just started a war that you're not going to be able to win. Unfortunately for you, Elon. I mean, I trusted you at first. You know, I really liked what you were doing. You were doing a heck of a lot of good work, but all over one little bill, I guess it's one big beautiful bill that didn't have a few things that you liked in it. And now you're totally turning against Trump and the whole country and everything like that, because this isn't a battle you're going to win. So, I mean, as of today, the time of this recording today, which is when I first found out about this little X that you posted, but your stock went down another 14%. So there you go. I mean, you're only making yourself look bad. You're not making Trump look bad. And if he was on the list, if you were correct, I mean, if that was really true, the way the Dems have been trying to get rid of him, they would have already used that against. They would have used that against him years ago. As soon as that deal came out, they would have. Trump's on it. Yep, that would have been one more thing to add to the list of things they've already tried to get him for. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Everybody here knows it. So I don't know. You might want to use your brain. You're a smart man. Don't pick a fight you're not going to win, because you're not going to win that fight. Because first of all, you may think that Trump won because of you. No, Trump didn't win because of you. Trump won because of Trump. You were kind of a little bit of icing on that cake, but, it wasn't you. We didn't vote for Elon Musk. Elon Musk's name was not on that ballot. And I'm sure everybody that voted for Trump would have still voted for Trump. Just because Elon Musk's name was on that doesn't mean anything. We liked where you were going with it. And I can speak for a lot of us that we appreciate what you did. You uncovered a lot of corruption. And now it's up to the government, Trump and his administration and the DOJ and the FBI and whatnot, to actually start holding some people accountable. But you're picking a fight. You should have just walked away. You don't need to, if you're a smart guy, you have some entitlement problems or something or whatever, but just because you're, but anyway, and then, when Trump gave you the keys to the White House as you were leaving, as you were saying you were leaving Doge, he brought you in and he told you were like a national treasure and, you did a great job, and then you turn your back on him. So basically the Dems were right. Elon, you are a piece of junk. You are a piece of garbage. But the difference is those of us on the right, those of us that are on the right, we're not going to go and burn your places down. We're just going to sit back and watch you burn your own self down. Figuratively, not literally, but we're just going to sit back and watch. We're not going to go and burn your Tesla stores down. We're not going to light your place on fire. We're not going to terrorize other people that just because they drive a Tesla. We're not like that. We're not the violent ones. The left is the violent ones. The Dems are the violent ones. They're the tolerant ones. But I got to give them credit. They were actually right on this one. Elon Musk is a piece of crap. But again, you're picking a fight you're not going to win. Trump is, I wouldn't say he's the man, but he's got the upper hand on this one. No offense. And I understand that Trump is not perfect. I'm not here saying Trump is the savior. He's doing the best he can with what he has. And me personally, I don't care if the tax cuts that he's creating are going to cost $100 trillion. It's more for us. It's better for the economy. I don't really care as much about the national debt. It's never going to be paid off, ever. It doesn't matter how much corruption we find, how much wasteful spending we find, it's never going to be paid off, ever. Every president adds to it, period, end of story. It's never going to be paid off in any of our lifetimes, ever. It's not going to happen. It's going to keep growing and keep getting bigger and keep getting bigger and it doesn't matter. So therefore, tax cuts. I care about me. I care about the people around me. I care about those little guys that are struggling to make it. You know, some of us are actually like living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make it. And those tax cuts would sure help us out. We don't care about the guys on top. We don't care about the government spending. We don't care about the national debt. Or some of us, maybe I don't speak for everybody. I mean, it is a deal. It is a big deal, but what's a bigger deal to me is how much is on my paycheck. How much of my paycheck do I get to keep? That's what matters to me. Corruption's going to corrupt. The corrupt are going to corrupt regardless. The evil's going to evil. However you look at it, it's never going to stop. I mean, yeah, we can slow it down. We can stop it for a temporary purpose. But what happens in 3.5 years when Trump leaves office, when we get another Democrat in office, which the way it's going so far, they got no one, but eventually they will, and eventually they're going to get back in office, or eventually Trump's going to leave and the corruption's going to start again, because the corruption comes from both sides. It's not just the right, it's not just the left, it's both sides. And as soon as Trump leaves, it's just going to go right back to where it was. It's never going to end. That's the problem. Evil's going to evil all the time. Stupid's going to stupid. Evil's going to evil. Corrupt's going to corrupt. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. What I care about the most is how much of my money do I get to keep? And if Trump's going to be tax cuts and making these tax cuts permanent, I don't care how much it costs the government. I don't care how much it costs the government. I don't care how much debt that's going to raise for the government. I don't care. I care about what's in what I get to keep in my paycheck. But anyway, Elon, you're picking a fight you're not going to win. And saying something like that, I mean, that's going a little overboard there, I think. You're just trying to, that's a childish move. That's not a man move. Whether it's true or not, you got no business saying that, because if there was a problem with that, for one, why don't you expose other people's names on there too, other than just Trump's? Because there's obviously other people's names. If you've seen that list and you know Trump's name is on there, then why don't you enlighten us on who else's names are on there? Or, like I said, they've been trying to take him out for years. They've been trying to basically end him any way possible. End him. They tried to impeach him twice. That failed. They tried to convict him of made-up charges and put him in jail. That failed. They tried to put a bullet in him. That failed. They're trying anything and everything they possibly can. Do you think if his name was anything close to involved on that list, that it wouldn't have been out already? They would have made that known years ago. They would have made that known the first chance they could get. Oh, Trump's on it. Yep, Trump's name's on it. Look, right here, Trump. They would have blotted out every other name. They would have had like when they sent him out to these YouTube influencers with all blacked out pages. They would have had everything blacked out except his name. His name would have been in there. You really think Trump's in on that? I'm not saying he is or isn't, because I don't know. I have no idea who's on that list. It wouldn't surprise me either way. Just, I'm just put it to you like that. It wouldn't surprise me either way. But who else's name's on it? I guarantee there's a lot of other people's names on it. Even if, whether his is or not, there's a lot of other people's names on it that also don't want that list coming out. And it could be, and this is just coming from me, my opinion, that it could be that he's strategically not bringing out that list yet. And the reason I say that is because maybe he's got a strategy for it. Maybe he's waiting. Maybe he's waiting for midterms. Maybe he's waiting for some time to okay, it's time. They're starting to get their approval rating back up or something. I don't know. Just maybe he's just not yet. Now. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I have no idea. I don't think we'll ever get it. I mean, it's unfortunate especially for the victims, because I think they want and deserve justice. I think they deserve to have their abusers held accountable for what they did. I think they do. Even, let me just tell it to you like this. Even if Trump's name is on there, even if Trump is involved, guess what? I think he needs to be held accountable. I'll say it right now. If his name is on there, he needs to be held accountable. Period. Everybody that's involved in that needs to be held accountable. Even if it is Donald Trump, even if Donald Trump's name is in it, even if he is involved, he needs to be held accountable as well. But another question, Mr. Elon, if you're so certain that his name is involved, that he was involved in the Epstein shenanigans, why would you let your children be around him so much? I mean, when you were in the White House, you had your kids in there in the Oval Office, and they were having a good time. And if he was really involved in that shenanigans, why would you bring your kids around? Because if I even had an inclination that he was involved in that, I wouldn't let my kids anywhere near somebody like that. Not even, nope. Ain't happening. So there's another one. I mean, if like I said, you're starting something you're not going to be able to finish. Seriously, when the DEMS were against you, not only did your stocks go down, they burned your buildings down, they burned your cars down, now you turn your back on Trump. We're not going to burn your places down, but your stocks went down 14% today, just today, one day. Who knows what they're going to go down tomorrow? Picking fights, you're not going to win. You're losing more money. You should have just stuck with what you were doing. Your stocks were coming back up. They quit burning your places down because they were locking people up for it, hitting them with felony charges, and your stocks were starting to come up. Your Tesla stock was starting to climb again, starting to get back to where it was, and then now you turn your back on Trump, and look what happens. Down. We on the right, we do cancel culture too. We just quit buying your stuff. We weren't really, most of us on the right weren't really interested in electric cars anyway. We supported what you were doing, but we're not really interested in, and I'm not speaking for everybody on the right. Just me and a lot of the ones that I do know personally that are on the right, we're not really big fans of electric cars. We supported what you were doing. I was starting to buy up some Tesla stocks just because I knew they were coming back up, and you go and turn your back on Trump, and look what happens. Now your stocks are falling again. So anyway, that's about all I have to say on that one. Elon, you picked a fight you're not going to win. Just face it. You may as well just give up now. You may as well come and apologize or make kiss and make up or whatever. But I don't know. I know Trump doesn't take things like that very lightly. So who knows what's going to happen? But I know you start talking like that to Trump, and he doesn't like that. So just saying, he's not one to put up with that kind of stuff. So just saying. But anyway, that's what I got. If you wouldn't mind, do the YouTube stuff down below. The links down below if you feel like it. Subscribe, like, share, comment. You know the drill. No pressure to any of that. Just if you wouldn't mind, it'd be awesome. If not, I still appreciate you. Still love you. We'll catch you in the next one.